War. That's exactly.
He was the God of War. Now he's the God of PP.
The God of Poor.
Awful. I hate
The
him.
God of PP.
Look at how well
Yes, the
Mars
God
is
of War.
doing his job. They're almost fighting already.
Dude, you don't understand. I've watched 100 Mars games in like this year, and this hero has fallen off to obscene levels because he just, like, no one ever goes the core scaling build anymore, like the armlets and the destos and type stuff like we saw Collapse used to abuse ages ago. It's always like, okay, we're going like Blink BKB, and then these guys will run around trying to use their ult every time it's off cooldown, and they get like no money, and then as the game goes later, they're just only an ult, and it just feels like shit because everyone gets so tanky so quickly now that you're not really killing them in it. Like, this is a classic South American combo. These guys friggin' love Snapfire and Mars, and they were doing it like all last year, I think even into a bit of this year. So they do like it, and they are comfortable on it. And I think Dark Margo as well quite likes to play the Mars on mid, but I hate it.
Wow, tell me I really fail.
Like, if there's any Mars to have faith in, it is like the South American Mars players. They do play better than any other region. And it's also their third flex. So between Tusk, Snap, and Mars, it's still unclear who's going what and who's going where. So Shopify are still unaware of that, right? And obviously it's going to be given away in this last pick. But for the most part, they've set themselves up for an ambiguous read from Shopify. I mean, also you've got the classic combo of Mars and Snap, but I do agree with Sheep that this hero has been super underwhelming.
Yep.
It's good against Batrider these days, so that's nice. Like, it can be a way to play into the Batrider in the early game, but like, if so the thing about Mars, and I don't know if you agree with me, but is I feel like his first two items always go wrong somehow. Like, sometimes you rush the blink and then it doesn't work out, and then you just have a blink dagger and you don't have any way to catch up. And sometimes you just get the BKB, but then you have no damage.
Yeah.
So you're like pressing arena and then it's just failing. And it feels like if you go wrong with your first big item on Mars, your whole game is ruined.
I agree. I mean, that's a big reason why I don't like him. And we've seen some people branch out a little bit. I think I saw Collapse play Mars with a Meteor Hammer during the DPC, which was, I mean, it's interesting. It's just another problem of, like, it's not scaling your damage on a hero that can with Rebuke.
Ooh, Beastcoast had such a good read. I was going to say that the Zoo hero remaining is the Enigma for Shopify. There's also the Visage, I suppose, but that was such a good read by Beastcoast because that was like the most obvious Enigma pick ever coming out.
So I just want to see more Saberlight Enigma.
That was good.
I would have liked to see that too. I have a question.
Yep.
I think it used to be the case, but I don't know because I know something's changed, so I'm not sure anymore. But Batrider, when he's flying, can he fly over the wall of the Mars arena?
They changed it so no one could go over arena, I
So
think.
not even Batrider when he's flying all up high.
I feel like it used to be only Night Stalker ult that could, but even now I'm not sure anymore because I think I had an argument with a friend about it, and now I don't know what.
You can't cookie out. You can't.
You can't force stuff out.
No, you can't force stuff out.
You used to be able to leap out at exactly the right time. If you got pushed back, you could leap straight over.
Yeah, they made a patch specifically to stop flying people from getting out.
Yeah, but
Storm and
does
Puck
that
can
include
get out,
Batrider? Because obviously Firefly is like, you know.
It should, I think.
Because you can fly over cliffs.
Yeah, but it's like, give Mars something. You know what I mean?
Wait. Owen, can you say it again? Wait, you're not talking loud enough.
He said Ganap.
I don't know what he said.
I also heard Ganap. You cannot fly over, says Farm.
About what?
You can't fly.
You
The
cannot
bat
fly
can't fly.
over.
Nobody can.
Right.
That's a question.
That was what she just
Oh,
asked.
sorry, I zoned out completely.
Yeah, like, no.
Nobody can. You can't even. You used to be able to like bonk yourself out with a lot of heroes. Like you would bonk and then get out somehow.
Yeah.
But
Right.
even that mechanic got removed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
You
cannot
know what
fly
I mean
out.
by the bonk when you.
Yes.
You, like,
Yes, we also covered that in our discussion.
Yeah.
You were really so
Oh, I'm so
wrong.
sorry.
okay.
I'm so tired. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, the long days. Don't you worry.
Extremely apologetic.
No, that's fine. Were you thinking about what Beastcoast could pick? And did you think it was going to be Slark?
I mean, the Slark makes sense, right? You're playing into a Batrider, you're playing into Nyx Assassin, you're playing into a Morphling, which, like, you collect a lot of Essence Shift stocks from fighting into a Morphling. I mean, I do think it's a bit exploitable on lane. I think they need something that's synergetic right now in Shopify with the Nyx Assassin, so it'd ideally be a ranged hero. They ban out the Enigma. Visage is still potentially something here, but Visage is punishable on lane by Slark, like, especially with a stick and a raindrop later on. I think that the last two bans by Beastcoast are like very strong reads. The Doom and the Enigma would have been the perfect picks.
Is there another hero that does the thing you said about Lycan?
They could-
Goes into the jungle?
That's Visage at this point, but I feel like Visage can be punished on lane. Like this hero can feed if it goes wrong, but
Alright, never
I mean that's
Dodge.
so like it's what you have to pick. Like it's a good game for Boots of Bearing. That item is pretty overpowered right now. I would say it synergizes well with the Morphling and Undying like mid game timing that they're gonna be playing for. Like the one issue is I think Visage on lane if it doesn't go well, like you can fight into it with something like a Slark, right? Just one raindrop, like collect the stick charges, take the good fight. You have an Oracle behind you. It's going to be a very like skill-based matchup. This top lane, I believe.
Yeah, I mean the problem with Visage is usually he'll just get the shot and then he'll just drop and he wastes time. Like especially if Dark Margot goes on him with like Arena or something, he's just gonna have these auras, Wraith Pack, Pipe, whatever, and then he'll just stone form and waste their time, and then his team will come and kill you.
Yeah, but I feel like if the lane goes well, it can work.
Yeah, if the lane goes really badly for Visage, that hero is trash tier.
But also, don't forget that they have Mars on Beastcoast and Oracle, which are not the most. They're not the heroes that inspire the most confidence.
Whenever it comes to Beastcoast and EG, I say pick whatever you want. Like I see K1 Juggernaut, I'm like it's K1 Juggernaut. I let them live their best life. If it goes badly, I'll call them out on it because I think it's shit. but they have earned my trust that these weird drafts can work.
So for me, I think the K1 Slark can win this game, like overall, and I think Dark Mago is a really, really good Mars player. But if Mikey just out-rotates Dark Mago in the early game and like goes to the Slark lane, kills him a few times, Visage gets his item timings, I can see this like pace that Shopify have that like a Slark cannot play into in the early game. Even though he has a Mars and Oracle, you still need time as a Slark.
Well, we're gonna find out how game one will play itself out. Let's get into the game in style with our perfect pandas.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Beastcoast up against Shopify Rebellion. And, well, folks, excited to see some of these heroes coming out. We're getting the Mars and the Oracle, something that the panel didn't seem too sure about. We'll see if Beastcoast can make it work. I mean, what do you sort of make of the drafts this time around? And do you indeed feel that some of these less popular heroes that we're seeing Beastcoast run can work in this day and age?
I love Shopify's draft, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it hits on every single part of the game. I think they can absolutely overwhelm. I think Hector has to absolutely pop off. And maybe he has potential to with the Slark. It's a pretty good Slark game overall. The thing is, though, this matchup, I've seen it now a lot, especially in like the China region, the Morphling versus Slark. Slark, if he's able to get to those items versus the Morph, he's able to get his Scotty, his Ags and stuff like that, it's good. But then Morphling just goes Ags, and he actually just turns into the Slark, steals his stats, and it's actually pretty devastating. I mean, Beast Coast, they have to cause chaos this game. They're good at that, but I think Shopify, they've got a lot of answers, and they've got ways to get Roche, push buildings, etc. So, yeah, big fan of Shopify's draft today.
See him start some early action here. It's done from Crit. Hold back the two of them.
They gotta cause chaos.
They still want to go in for Fly. They'll get him. First blood here for Beast Coast.
+1 Agi. Mr. Hector.
And let's see how some of these matchups go. So in this mid lane, Dark Margot bringing the Mars to the mid against Mikey's Bat. Does Mars have sort of enough tools with sort of the pushback of the Spear and the God's Rebuke to stop the Bat from ever being able to go on you? Or are you still in a very dangerous position as this mid Mars?
You still can be in a bit of a dangerous position.
Okay.
It's not, I mean, it's the hero that doesn't really get played too much for a reason. It can get punished, and you can just make mistakes. Like, if you make mistakes, you miss your Spear, you're just gonna die. And Mikey, I mean, he's shown that he's like the master of Bat in most situations, so.
Oh, so much. Look at that damage there.
Yeah. I don't like Mars as a hero overall right now. He's very difficult to make work in a lot of situations. It's like you make one poor rotation and your game's just done. So I think Mikey's gonna have an excellent game here. Even though he's playing into like 3 type of counters, right? There's a Slark, there's an Oracle, and I mean like the kind of counters, right? And then the Mars can of course control you in some type of situations because you can't fly out anymore. But yeah, Mikey, he's proven time and time again that he owns on this hero too hard.
And in terms of some of the side lanes, I mean, how are the difficulties for both teams of safe lane heroes?
Honestly, the Slark can get punished a lot up here. If he's able to get on top of something like Visage, sure, but they have so much damage, it's always an issue. Until you have Raindrop, you do just get spammed out. Bottom, I mean, Beast Coast, they have to work some type of magic here because this is an Undying versus 2 strength heroes, so They should just be able to secure the lane on Shopify for Morphling for Arteezy quite easily.
Yeah, Arteezy
He's
able
just
to
turning.
trade super well with the two of them there. Lots of damage being done to both Sacred and Schofield.
It's a very hard lane with the double strength versus Undying. They got to just creep manipulate. Crit. Quite a bit of hits here. Can they finish him off?
A couple more hits from K1, but K1 has to make the call to back away. Knows that if he committed in to try for the kill, he would have lost his own life, so he plays it safe.
He's understanding a lot lately, though, on K1 of just bringing salves to these type of lanes where they just spam him down. So he actually has a salve to at least reset himself. But it's not like they're going to stop up here on Crit and Saberlight. They're just going to keep spamming this Slark out. And pre-rain drop, yeah, you're a very squishy hero. That type of harassment adds up quickly. So across the board, I really like the way Shopify have their lane set up. Pretty standard lanes from them. I think really standard, to be honest with you, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Dark Margot doing well in the mid matchup so far.
Yep.
14 for 2 against the 11 for 2. He's farming perfectly fine.
Should have his boots coming out very soon too, so should be able to prevent himself from dying. I want to see if there's going to be some early rotations that come out, because Beastcoast, I think that's like their specialty. It's causing chaos, making these unexpected movements, especially from Schofield. But we've also seen Crit do similar. Although he doesn't want to leave Visage, so.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Shopify were happy overall with getting the Visage as the last pick? Of course, with a lot of the other Saberlight heroes taken out, this has still ended up a solid part of their draft.
Yeah, it's a distraction. I like that Sheep actually pointed it out. It's something I always talk about with the Visage is you just get Shard and you break so many types of initiations, because you usually want to like blow this hero up instantly. If you just click Gravekeeper's Cloak when you have the Shard, if you can dodge like the Mars initiation, you're gonna be able to get your team to back you up. So, I mean, it's one of the last ones that was left. Like, Enigma was gone, Lycan was gone, Beastman was gone. They like having this type of extra push that comes from Saberlight.
Yeah, only so much Crit can do now to mess around with K1.
He's farming well. He's got like I would say the first like 2 levels are the hardest point for the Slark up here. Once he gets raindrop boots and stuff like that, he's able to kind of trade a little bit better. And they definitely have kill threat if Shopify's not careful. I mean, both sides absolutely have kill threat if they're not careful up here. K1.
Good damage with the Soul Assumption.
I'm surprised he hasn't actually. Okay, well, I mean, he'll bring the raindrop soon, I'd imagine, but he does have some type of regen that's coming out from Stinger. Absolutely need raindrop in that matchup versus the Visage. Lago, glyphing his mid wave. But yeah, Mikey, I mean, he still is ahead versus that Mars.
Only slightly.
Anticipated.
Super
Only slightly.
close. Super close. Dark Margot doing really nicely. Out of all the lanes, it's just Sacred that's a little bit further behind. Definitely was dealt the tougher matchup here, as we say. And the Morph and Dying lane, pretty much as strong as it gets. I'm going to try and get aggressive onto Fly. Arteezy will make his way over towards Sacred on the back of it.
He's got decay though.
Double forward over towards Fly. Not enough to kill Fly off.
Sacred now. Should be just fine.
Close though. Good effort there from Arteezy.
He's absolutely free farming. They have 14 denies in the bottom lane right now. Up top, they have what? 2 denies on the Slark and Oracle lane. Unable to get really that many. I mean, this Morph Undying, it's tried and tested so many times. It's such a good lane.
Arteezy, I mean, for the most part now, could sort of be left on his own.
Yeah, and it's a very, besides that Slark matchup, if the Slark's able to get farm, it's an incredible Morphling game. And we saw what he was able to do yesterday in particular on it. He absolutely owned the game. Here come those rotations. Power Runes Fly, setting up versus Schofield. Who's gonna get it? Mikey will get it, and it's a good one. DD.
And they're going to try and snowball in onto Fly. TPs are coming over. He's going to be able to get the stick off, but he'll still go down, Fly. We'll see what Mikey and Crit can find in return. The Flame Break knockback onto Dark Margot. Further TPs coming in. Stinger's going to try and do his best to bail Dark Margot out of this one. The arena will get laid down. They turn with the spear onto Mikey. They burst him low with the Purifying Flames. Mikey pots the Fairy Fire. They're trying to kill this bat, and they'll finally get it. The snowball's there from Schofield. They take Mikey down, and they keep Dark Margot alive.
They're going for more. They have tag team. Crit, he could be in trouble too.
Chase onwards. The control there for Stinger landing the root. They're still able to pick up the bounty. If they want to keep chasing, they won't. I'll
Good
let
attempt.
Crit live here, but they get the big kill. Taking out Mikey there in the mid, keeping their own mid alive. Dark Margo will be fine. He's back to the lane.
Great rotation from Stinger. Fortune's End was incredible there. Not only did it dispel the sticky stacks that are on that Mars, but also dispelled the DD off of the Batrider. Crisp move. Still, even though they're 3-0, Shopify, they're having that net worth lead just from the way that the lanes are going. These last hits, they add up. And I feel like everybody, this is one of the best raindrop games I think I've ever seen. Like, everybody's just carrying a raindrop. I feel like most games are. I mean, this item is probably one of the best in the game, in the early game. Arcane Boots finished on Sacred, getting close to 6. When he's got 6, that's when they have the potential kill threat on Arteezy if he's not careful, but it's still difficult. And they do get a nice side pull-off, so they're going to deny at least 1 or 2 creeps down here from Arteezy.
He's going to try and go for Sacred, but dodge the scatter blast there. Be a bit cautious. Schofield looking for his next move. He's got his eyes back over towards the mid here around these 8-minute power ins.
Just the constant rotations to secure runes for Dark Mago.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion Rune, another nice one. A little dispel mechanic versus the Bat. Top, I mean, this lane is going very well for Saberlight, I would say. 0 deaths up here. They tried to get aggressive onto him a few times, but he's already level 6. So this is where they can constantly put pressure onto Hector.
He's got through sort of the tough times. As the cycle, just get caught by the stun. If they've got enough control, they don't. Dark Pack's there, and of course K1 has got the 6. He can look to play aggressive. He's going to turn towards Crit. And he wants to keep going. He'll back away now. It gets a bit of a heal up from Stinger.
Stinger.
The birds turn towards Stinger instead, but won't be able to catch him with the stun. At Beastcoast, they'll be fine.
Tough for them to go aggro up here. Crit, he's just holding the Carapace just in case. Pretty crazy move there coming out from Beastcoast. One of the quieter games, though, from them. It's only 3 kills, 0 on Shopify. Usually we see them just chaotically running around, even more, though. This time, not really happening. And we're seeing the stacks. Massive stacks being made for Mikey to farm. Crit, he's going to soak the mid lane. They're going to try to punish Crit. They know that he's just trying to sap experience here.
Hesitating on dropping the arena for him.
Can be a risky dive. Sofield, he knows that they're farming Ancients. He's going to try to walk over and sap some XP. We'll be able to sap a decent chunk of it, too.
Under attack.
And Dark Margo's coming over to back him up.
He's thinking about it. They're bringing
Really
Stinger.
want to try and get this fight going here, Beastcoast. Dark Margo's going to try and step towards Crit. Crit turns with the stun. Schofield traps Crit with the shards. The arena, the Spear actually pushes Crit to safety a little
That
bit.
was weird.
It was pushing him over the shard. I thought it normally pushes him into.
I thought so. Wait, what?
Maybe the shards hadn't sort of fully formed at the time that the spear pushed him over.
I mean, either way, an over-aggressive move. Mago now.
And now they could be in trouble because Stabilize coming in. They do have to back up with the kisses. Crit will fall. And Dark Margo, he'll be fine. In fact, he's even thinking about looking back towards Fly because K1's here, jumps in onto the Undying. They'll focus Fly first. If Fly can get another round of spells off, he can't. Dark Margo finishes him with the spear. And they will manage at the end of it all to get a second kill out of this, Beastcoast.
And they got a bird. They might even get the second one. The blast is off the mark.
Is under attack.
Saberlight also getting gone on Hector. He's got another pounce, but he's looking to finish up the stack. It's a big one.
Yeah. This stack definitely more worth to go for this and clean this up before Shopify Rebellion is able to set up again in this triangle area. So Beast Coast, they'll take this all from them.
Nice move. They brought literally everybody, all 5 heroes to contest the stack. They know the way that Shopify plays with this Batrider, where he always goes to farm those stacks. And yeah, it's Diffusal now, already finished for K1. I think it's time to make this pressure. Time to play fast. They can bring the Slark involved a little bit more than Arteezy's going to be able to get involved early.
I'll check out the replay again.
That was weird. Were they not formed, I guess?
I think the
I
shard.
thought they were. I mean, they definitely were formed. I guess maybe because the Carapace, some weird interaction or something. Usually catches on, but whatever. Bottom. Crit. Sacred. Can he get away?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's got TP coming in. Cookie.
Nice
It's on
play.
point.
Can
Same
they
time,
punish?
top lane. I mean, K1, he's trying to go for Saberlight.
Is under attack.
He's going. He's gonna get him. Nice play.
All the focus down bottom. They weren't able to get up there and help him out.
Fly also.
The snowball forward. And tag teams up as well as the punch fly. Also to fall. I mean, Beastcoast keeping ahead with these early kills.
Is under attack.
Maybe see if they can get more. I mean, Dark Margot is looking towards Crit. Don't have that Arcane Rune going, but Crit will be okay. Full Tranquil Boots done on Crit, so a bit more difficult to catch.
Every time I see Arcane Rune, I'm just like, oh my god. I feel like it's just like the best rune in most situations.
Oh, won't be able to get the pushback there with the God's Rebuke, so Dark Margot will not manage to grab the Haste Rune as well. Crit, he'll take that.
I mean, it's kind of standard itemization, but I really like that Hector did go for Diffu this game. Super good versus that Morphling, and lets you get solo kill potential. Okay, one. This time maybe bit off more than he could chew.
See if he has any way out of this one. He's got TPs coming in to help out, but indeed no chance there for K1 as he falls. It's a Crit. Also able to stay safe here. Jumps into the Vendetta Invis.
He's going to get some good scouting information too, if he wants to walk into the jungle. Good aggressive moves from the side of Beastcoast, but Shopify, they're not faltered by any means. I mean, Arteezy's still absolutely free farming. Mikey, free farming as well. He's hitting very good timings.
And they're in onto Fly. This time round, Spear straight into the wall of the shards.
This time it works. Mago, soon to have Blink.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Early tower
attack.
claim from Saberlight.
Dire's
He's got the mech. He's going to have very good timings on his Guardian Greaves in particular. Sacred has it finished too, but Saberlight just a bit ahead there because of how those lanes went down. Top, Schofield, Hector.
And they're going in again, but Mikey's here. Flame break in over towards Schofield. Mikey will get clipped to the wall there by the Spear. They've got the kisses coming in from the side. They'll take Mikey down.
But here's Arteezy.
K1 pouncing away to safety. Soul Assumption nukes bring him low. Won't quite kill him. It's Beast Coast. I'll take the 1-for-1 there any day of the week. Taking out Mikey, only losing the tusk.
They have a blink on Mago. They might catch Arteezy off guard here.
See if he's prepared for this. There's the jump.
He's there. He's there.
Shift into the strength was already occurring. Arteezy was ready for that one.
Let's see if he does the itemization that I've seen from some of these Morphlings. Versus the Slark in particular. Get your Dragon Lance, disassemble. You can go for the Aghanims if you want. That matchup ends up becoming... It just turns completely almost once you get that itemization. But we'll see what Arteezy looks to go for this game. He's at the moment chasing Stinger.
Radiant's top tower is
And
under
they'll take out the mid-tier 1 Shopify.
They're playing around those cooldowns. They know that Beastcoast is very reliant on having the Mars ult, the Snapfire ult to be able to get these early kills.
And Mikey is trying to go for Schofield.
They're connecting.
See if they can continue to chase on this. Saberlight getting the birds in on top of Schofield.
Nice stuns.
Going to be a dead
neutral.
touch. Oh, indeed a deny there from the Ancients. That will be the ones to take out Schofield.
Crit.
He's got his eyes on Dark Margot, and he's able to find the setup.
Nice
Arteezy
here.
turning into the Mars, using the Spear against him, but the false promise comes out. Dark Margot's going to have a bit of a chance to get away from this one. As Shopify, they'll turn their attention towards the other three instead. They get on top of the Oracle. Stinger, he's out. Now they look towards K1. He got the Shadow Dance up, but he still got caught by the stun. I think, in fact, that might have been, again, another Spear there from Arteezy turning into the Mars.
They're just overwhelming them completely. Just running them down. They get these Ancients now too. Really good plays there from Arteezy and Crit.
Yeah.
Identifying the targets to go for. And yeah, they're punishing the cooldowns. No kisses, no Mars ult. Beast Coast, they cannot fight without those two. While Shopify, they're nowhere near as cooldown reliant. They can kind of just run in with their basic abilities.
Very good involvement from Arteezy. And at the moment, top net worth on the Morphling. Had an excellent Morph game the other day.
Can they sneak on him this time? They're trying again. They're even going to smoke. Will he see it coming?
Radiant are scanning.
They really want him.
He's got wave for him. He should be able to get away.
Yeah, but too much of an awkward attempt there to start the jump on him. Or is it going to be able to walk away from the snowball coming in? Full Greaves on Saberlight.
And Shopify, they've gotten all 3 tier 1s already. So doing what I feel like they do this every game. No matter who they're really playing against, they always have this push that comes from Saberlight in the off lane. They're able to just overwhelm and take these towers early. Beast Coast, they've got all their ults up.
Radiant's
Feels like they have to try to make something happen here. Shopify, they're just in a very comfortable spot for this Morphling, for this Bat. And the Bat Mikey, once he has BKB, then it makes it a lot harder for Beast Coast to actually go for any these type of plays.
They're going in on this, but it's just the illusion. Saberlight there.
See where they go next.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, K1, he's still farming very well. He almost has his Aghanims done, but more keeping up.
Radiant's top tower has been denied. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They've got their eyes on mid, but hard to approach this. And
Yep.
not easy heroes to jump, really. If they get in, even if getting on to crit, he gets a spike carapace off, and suddenly it's just a bit of a messy initiation from Beastcoast. It could easily be turned around, especially when it happens as close as it could to these tier 1 towers that Shopify Rebellion still have standing.
K1 might get. They're gonna try to set up on him here. Crit. Not gonna be able to find it.
Dire are scanning.
And Shopify, they're just keeping towers alive. In particular, that mid one, the important one. And Crit just stalking around looking for these fights. I mean, Saberlight and Fly are just sitting at mid.
Yeah, I mean, Beastcoast really wants it, but they've got 4 heroes mid.
Just scary to dive, because then the tombstone gets dropped and the fight just becomes very difficult. Mago. Yeah, they're trying to go for the fight. I mean, they're still getting the space, of course, on K1, but unable to get any type of actual threat on the map. Overall tower pressure is just non-existent. And yeah, Mikey, BKB's finished now. He's ready to go. Can they chain stun him before he gets it off?
I mean, Beastcoast, yeah, they'll see that BKB's there, and yeah, it's going to be Shopify Rebellion that come running at Beastcoast. I mean, Beastcoast, they spent quite a bit of time around this point, but never really finding the chance to start something.
And Arteezy, he bought the shard. He gets pupil gift as well too, one of the best items you can get on these Agi heroes. So he can't get chain stun now. He will always get that morph off, or sorry, the attribute shift off in order to survive if they do go for him. And Sacred, he's found.
They'll blow him up here.
Whoops.
Oh, okay. Arteezy turns to the Snapfire, but does miss the Scatter Blast. Gives Sacred a little bit of an extra chance to live. Still goes down. The wall's there, trapping both Crit. Not Mikey, though, because BKB's popped by the bat. He's out of there. In fact, Arteezy turns into the Snapfire again. Back in with a 2-man cookie stun there. Lands straight on top of them.
K1.
Stinger's out. He's going to buy back here. Arteezy picks up 2 kills underneath the tier 2 of Beastcoast.
They're just overwhelming them. Too much pressure, the BKB timing. So on Mikey, he's just like, okay, cool. You catch our support. I'm just able to stand inside of your Mars ult. And they get one of the most important heroes to start the fight. Like getting Sacred, he is pretty much the majority of the damage in the early game that's going to be coming out from those kisses. A little bit of a miss there, of course, to start it from Arteezy, but either way.
I mean, he makes up for it with his cookie.
Yep.
He comes back in here, straight on top of K1.
K1 almost dies. It was very close. Like Saberlight almost actually gets the chain stun onto him. Can they punish bot? They're on Mikey. Might just be able to. Pretty damn good kill. Now they have Blink on Schofield. Level 12, now being picked up there from Saberlight. I believe it's still level 1 birds that he has summoned because he did use the resummon to stun before, so 65 seconds until he will be able to use that. He has Shard though, so now they have how many? All 3 cores at this point now have a way to protect themselves, in particular versus the Mars initiation, right?
Yeah, they're difficult to go on.
Yeah, they can get the attribute shift off, they can get the BKB for the Bat Rider, and then they can just drop from that Visage.
And then also, yeah, Crit being an Nyx Assassin who has Spike Carapace, so just getting the jump in these fights it's not easy for Beastcoast.
Absolutely. And if Fly, if he gets Flesh Golem off, right, it's like, oh my god, he's actually super tanky, so it can be difficult to bring him down if you don't have numbers.
They're going to try and go for Fly. And they'll succeed.
Nicely done.
Be able to use the arena for this. And now Mikey, he's going to drop the lasso on the Stinger, drag back the Oracle. Stinger's able to get the false promise off on himself, but will almost certainly end up dying. No further escape available for the Oracle.
Tries to hit the courier. They're pinging out the Roche. How long on Fly? I mean, Fly's going to be back up in 10 seconds. They can start that Roche. Undying comes over, drops Tombstone, and has Flesh Golem.
I mean, because Stinger was brought back in that last fight up on the top tier 2, so he's out for a long time, 40 seconds.
There's no arena either for about 25 seconds. It wasn't Arcane Rune into that arena, so maybe that will catch them off guard, but I don't think they'll make it in time. Shopify's killing it quick.
How's K1 doing on his next item?
He's still farmed. He has Echo Saber as well.
If the fights kind of draw out and we're sort of in these situations where K1's surviving, building up the stats, getting sort of the 10, 20 essence shifts, it could get kind of crazy. This Slark could absolutely run out of control.
Oh, apologies. He actually went Mage Slayer, so I mean, does have a little bit more survivability versus the magic damage. His timings are still good. Crit. Is he going to get the Carapace? Doesn't quite get it there versus Sacred.
That's what sort of moves Beastcoast want to make. Now that Shopify Rebellion are the ones that have Aegis on Arteezy.
Even though they have ults, it's tough for them to utilize them at this point. Mago, now with BKB, has a bit of a better option to be able to jump in and not just get turned on instantly. Also have, a blink also on the Snapfire. I mean, triple blink. They do have a lot of ways to initiate these funds, but as we said, these fights, as we said though, Shopify, they just have answers because they have these instant type of ways to protect all 3 cores. Now Mikey has an initiation tool himself. Blink Dagger picked up. Close though. Less than 1k lead right now for Shopify, but they have Aegis, so they have comfort for Arteezy to just take out this tier 2 top. And that's pretty much the Manta done.
Yeah, they're just taking that much more off the map. You know, yeah, tier 2 gone on the top lane, but they themselves, they still have their tier 1 in the mid.
Saberlight has literally just been parked there for what? 10 minutes it feels like or something. Smoke out. Aegis still for 3 minutes. Manta's done. They want to fight.
Yeah, they know how strong they are right now. Even into the ults of Beastcoast, Shopify Rebellion have a much better shot of coming out on top of a 5 versus 5.
They just have a lot of annoyances. You know, the Visage Birds, the Tombstone, it's things that they have to deal with on the side of Beastcoast, and it's hard for Sacred to kill off that Tombstone crit. A big stun.
He's going to get in with a jump, and he's onto the 2 of them. We'll see the lasso being used here straight around to Sacred. It's going to be removed with the false promise that Stinger's able to get out just in time. Schofield's able to retreat off to the side. They'll focus Stinger instead beyond the tier 2 tower. The Soul Assumption from Saberlight takes him out. Dark Margo is going to jump back in with the arena, but he gets clipped by the stun. Waveform forward from Arteezy. Dark Margo getting burst down to half HP. He'll now get the BKB off. K1, he's going straight for crit. They take out the Nyx Assassin. K1's next target is going to be over towards Fly. Underneath the tower, Saberlight and Arteezy pushing him for more. They'll take out Sacred. Arteezy looks towards Dark Margo, turns into the Mars here, tries to get him with the God's Rebuke, but doesn't quite have the reach to burst Dark Margo down. So Dark Margo will escape. K1, he's thinking about jumping back in. Arteezy will push back the 2 of them with the spear.
He has 54 Agi right now. He wants to try to go for more. Mago actually gets away. He's still in. Defusal.
He's going to find Fly. Is there anything they can do to help Fly out? Flame Break into the stun of the Familiar, and that actually will save him. Fly will be able to walk out alive.
Not a bad fight at all there from Beast Coast. I can't believe Mago lives. He gets away with just a trick, like a sliver of HP. All things considered, playing into the Aegis, they did do a pretty good job fighting there. Arteezy, we see that next item queued up. It is going to be that Ags, as I was mentioning from before. It's just amazing versus Slark. He kind of has to itemize for Linken's at some point to be able to deal with it. It is overall pretty good Linken's game versus the Bat as well. Shopify looking to get aggressive, though. They know Beast Coast is very reliant on those cooldowns. Snap Kisses down for 20 seconds, but they do have their Arena Blood right now, all rallied around each other. Lasso at the ready, BKB at the ready, Shopify, they're ready to fight. How long on the second bird? Saberlight, he's got 20 seconds left on his resummon.
He's in straight away.
Stinger though, save.
False Promise is going to come out immediately. Sacred's going to be fine.
2 times now, he's able to just instantly cancel that lasso. Mikey might have to, I mean, he has to kind of wait either for crit to get a better jump, or he just has to jump the Oracle himself in some of these situations. See Beast Coast, they buy a gem, so they're trying to deal with the pressure of crit as well, especially protecting Dark Mago. He is pretty much the most important thing in this early game here for the team. 5-1-7, he's still holding his own. Ooh, a DD. He's gonna drop that bottle for Arteezy for sure. And Aegis, it will get reclaimed in 10. The DD could cause problems. Have ways to dispel it, of course, with that Oracle, but yeah, difficult for Stinger sometimes to get in position to do so. And they're in. Mago. He's got the gem.
He's going to be able to clip Arteezy there, holding back with the Spike Carapace from Crit. We'll still catch him. K1's thinking about running in on this. He's going to go straight for crit. He's in onto the Nyx Assassin. They will be able to turn with the stun. Crit
Nice
caught in the
kiss.
arena. The kiss is coming in as well. Crit and Fly, both trapped in the arena, will get taken out. Lose Schofield in return, and RTZ's getting aggressive. Goes in with a waveform. Now able to help Mikey finish off Stinger. They can now look towards maybe Dark Margot as well.
Buyback.
Right, and an Adaptive Strike. RTZ's still got this DD rune, and they'll look to Dark Margot. He's going to miss the spear, though, RTZ, as he turns into the Mars. Waveform up to the high ground, won't catch onto Dark Margot, but the illusions
That's the gem.
end up taking him out, and indeed, Gem hits the deck.
All right, this DD did so much work. Arteezy, he's in the spot. He's stuck for a second, but he gets out.
Did have to use a couple of buybacks there, both Crit and Fly buying back on the side of Shopify Rebellion. Beastcoast, they'll only drop one. Schofield paying to get back in the action.
Getting the gem is massive, though, because now it's like Dark Mago. He could just die in a situation instantly if Crit's able to find him. Overall, for Shopify, I think they're very happy with how that went down. And Arteezy, he's getting very close to having that Aghanims. That's where that matchup versus the Slark just... You take all his stats, and then you also just become the Slark. You have double pounces. You're able to just reign supreme in most of these fights. And Saberlight, more annoyances he's building for. Wraith Pact, it's about to be finished. Actually, it is finished now. So, Familiars, Tombstone, Wraith Pact on the ground. You have to pick and choose which one you want to focus now, as this Snapfire in particular. See what they can find.
Dark Margot.
Good jump. Can they recover their gem?
Crit's able to turn with the stun, but indeed Crit, he'll get taken out there, and that's the gem back into the hands of Beastcoast. Dark Margot picks it up.
Huge pickup. Crit very far away from his team, just going for a cheeky D-ward, but gets punished. Dark Mago is ready. K1, he wants blood.
And Mikey is going to be able to put a stop to Schofield's TP. Takes him down. Indeed, K1 just continuing to chase on. That's Fly gone. They'll pop the arena here to control Saberlight. He'll get a bit of time here to in a state of invulnerability, but now it comes to an end. K1's back in with the pounce, the kisses as well. Getting laid down by Sacred. Saberlight's in trouble. As K1 pushes on with the BKB, takes him out.
K1?
RTZ tries to waveform forward towards K1, but K1's able to get away with the pounce.
Whoopsie.
RTZ turns attention over towards Sacred. Still the cleanup under control here by RTZ on his Morphling.
They don't get the gem back, but yeah, Arteezy, he just had picked up the Aghanims. You can see, he missed actually the first 2 pounces. He tried to protect his buddy with the Depth Shroud, but I think Saberlight actually broke out of it there for a second. Good aggression there from Beastcoast, but Arteezy, he keeps cleaning up. He's 9-0 this game. This is more.
Fantastic. As I said, the other day, I think he had that game right where he died like 3 times in the early game and didn't die again. Yep. Yeah, this time straight from the start and for the full 30 minutes. Yet to be picked off and having some fantastic appearances in these team fights.
His itemization is perfect so far.
Radiant's middle tower
It's just
is
very
under
tough to
attack.
deal with as something like Slark, because you're like, oh man, I have 19 stacks or whatever it is, but then he just turns into you and you lose so much agility when he does do that. So, yeah.
Super hard for K1 to play in this matchup now, even though K1 is as farmed as he is.
Absolutely. He's going back for the Lincolns though, right?
Yeah,
So next item timing that he is looking for to be able to deal with it. He has good levels. That's the thing too. He is level 21. Arteezy, he's 19 all things considered. Shopify getting aggressive again. Mikey.
Let's over the snowball. He's over to the creeps, Crit, and line up the stun. RTZ's in with the waveform, and he's able to blow up Schofield with the Adaptive Strike.
So much damage from Arteezy. They want more. Stepping forward, Fly. They know this ward is still on the cliff from earlier. It's gonna... the last second they get the gold. How long on Roche? 40 seconds. Shopify looking to control the jungle here. Feeding the tomes to Arteezy, since he's having such a good game. He's now level 20 himself. Yeah, this matchup, I mean, it's so interesting. That's what I love about a lot of these with like the Morph. This hero, it's so high skill, it's so like, has so much potential for some of these matchups that's so interesting, because turning into the Slark, you get the Depth Shroud, you get the double pounces, you steal his stats, it's just like so many benefits you can get from it. So far, Beastcoast hanging on, but Shopify, they're just waiting for this next Roche. And that'll be a difficult position.
He's going to try and go for this. He gets the jump, but the false promise is there for Stinger. Saves K1.
Crit.
It's K1 catches Crit with the pounce. He will live. I mean, if there wasn't an Oracle, they would have done it there, but Beastcoast set up perfectly to make sure that K1 does not get caught out by that sort of move.
But it's a bit of a bait, right? They're like, you got Crit, but you know what? Roche is up, and yeah, Beastcoast, no way they can contest this. Shard.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Who does he
attack.
want to give that to? I think he might. Just give it to. Oh man, they don't really have a good one left. I guess just give it to the Knicks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
TZ soon. BKB. He's going to have a lot more liberty inside of these fights soon. Has a Mindbreaker as well. Very pesky item to deal with.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See how much they can push for now with this Aegis.
He's close to BKB also. Yeah, he's going to have much more freedom. And he's got... Thing is, too, he has this Wraith Pact. This is a really good item just to have when you're playing with the Morphling, besides just the damage reduction it'll do. On the opposing side, yes, they have, you know, the Greaves that comes out from Sacred. Oh, actually, they didn't even finish the Greaves. The Mech, they don't have that extra secondary aura. Mago does have a full refresher, though.
He's got it, yeah, the full refresher.
And he has Ceremonial Robe, so he actually has the
He
mana
does.
to be able to use
Absolutely, it really is the neutral item that sort of enables getting the refresher orb early in the build. Oh,
Let's see what he's gonna
not
be able to
super
do.
late, at least. So let's see.
it. Still difficult for him. He's been delivering for the most part in this game. He's part of 18 of their 20 kills. I mean, Mago has absolutely been spectacular on his specialty heroes.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are kind of as close as it gets here. 20 to
Sure
20,
is.
less than 1k gold difference. And now there is that Lincoln Sphere on K1, so
Okay.
has a much better chance of being able to play these fights without getting destroyed by the Morphling. Let's see how much of a difference it does make.
Mikey's got his build online also, so didn't really get to talk to him too much, but he's got Shard, he's got his Witchblade now, so he also has high kill potential if he gets a catch as K1.
Gonna be able to get the jump, but the Dark Pact was there in time. In terms of the snowball, RTZ's gonna go straight to the backlines, looks to take out Sacred. He'll kill the Snapfire, kills our Stinger as well. Sacred will buy back, same to be said for Stinger. K1's BKB will come to an end. RTZ also his BKB to finally finish as Dark Magos lays down the arena. They'll trap Mikey and they'll be able to trap Saberlight. The two of them gone. As K1, he's starting the cleanup, and it will continue here with a triple kill for the Slark.
Look at his stacks. He's got 100 Agi. RTZ, he's got to run.
Schofield trying to close in on him, gets him with the blink. And it's gonna... Oh, yeah, RTZ's able to turn very quickly, kill Schofield up, and the pounce will connect. See RTZ, waveform away here as the four of Beastcoast continue to chase him.
He's got another
pounce. He will live. He'll keep his life intact, that age is intact. Everybody else in Shopify Rebellion getting taken down. And K1 getting a lot of stacks, a lot of gold, a lot of XP from that fight with the cleanup.
Ein Mago, he gets a Dream Initiation. He catches like everybody inside of these ults. The respawns are coming out though. They gotta be careful on Beastcoast. They used pretty much everything there. Stinger actually still has ult.
They're gonna try and burst K1, but the false promise was there. RTZ went in for this. As the Aegis is gone, the illusions will end up kind of bringing Stinger super low. Stinger's able to get away with the Glimmer Cape. The illusions of RTZ nearly able to solo the poor old Oracle there. The birds will still catch Stinger with the waveform forward. RTZ gets the kill. So what they can go for next. Lincoln's popped here. And a couple of pounces forward over towards K1, but they weren't quite able to get the leash connection.
Cookie.
It's down to the low ground. Saberlight still thinking of trying to chase up into the triangle. RTZ as well wants to continue to follow.
He's trying.
Waveform forward, he's going to have another pounce in a second. Adaptive strike over towards Sacred, but now the backup from Beastcoast is coming in. Dark
comes
Marco,
Mikey.
he's TPing over. The BKB's popped by Mikey, but here's the secondary arena. It's laid down. They'll turn towards Dark Margo. Schofield, blown up by the adaptive strike of RTZ, looks towards K1. K1 has to use the BKB to pounce away. RTZ, he wants to continue pushing forward. Pounces forward over towards the Slark, but the Shadow Dance is back up. K1 turns towards RTZ. RTZ, he's out of mana and he's out of life. RTZ taken down. K1's able to back away. As they pushed on, but they went a little too aggressive there. It cost them RTZ's life. And that's a lot of money. Who ends up picking that one up?
Sacred got it.
Sacred.
They got his mana down. He completely went from all the jumps that he was jumping forward there, and the defusal ends up adding up. Good kiting mechanics there coming out from Beastcoast. That fight lasted over a minute from then just resetting away from RTZ.
Yeah, I mean, just super aggressive there from Shopify Rebellion, chasing all the way up underneath the tier 2s and into these respawns, and TPs coming in from Beastcoast. That was always going to be a risky play, and for the first time this game, RTZ falls.
And K1, we said there's potential for this Slark to be able to do it kind of in this, not 1v5 fully, but he's almost 25. Hector. 15 permanent Agi.
Yeah, huge problem right now. 25 as early as he's getting it.
It's pretty huge. I don't think they expected when the initial go happened that Stinger still had ulti, right? When that false promise came out on the jump near their tier 2, I think it caught RTZ off guard a little bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. K1 going the more defensive route. Something I feel like I don't see him do too often. He doesn't take the Essence Shift stack duration.
Oh.
He takes the Shadow duration.
Okay.
Cool. Crit set up for him.
Now 5 seconds until Arteezy's back up.
And K1, he's massive. The Bloodthorn is finished. Still, of course, has to be careful. There's tons of ways to control him, but this game, it's neck and neck going.
It really is. It really is. I mean, who's going to be able to take this? Who's going to be able to carry? Is it going to be K1 or Arteezy?
It's scary. As we saw in the last fight, it's like when they do have these double ults from Dark Mago, it is a bit difficult. The execution from Shopify has to be kind of perfect in the fight. K1's getting so much liberty to stand his ground, build up the stacks.
Yeah.
Those long duration fights.
And even just Stinger on this Oracle absolutely being a real tough thing for Shopify Rebellion to deal with. Pretty much always getting off a false promise as such. Just tripping up the jump from someone like Mikey. It's making the Bat's job very hard.
It's actually astonishing when he's playing versus like a Nyx Assassin and stuff too, that he's able to get these saves. Shopify, so it looks like they're keen to fight soon. Arteezy gonna reset, join his buddies. I believe that is the very close to the finished Silver Edge. Beastcoast, double ults at the ready. Sacred now has an Aeon Disc as well, so he has a way to protect himself. So Stinger, he can probably freely use that false promise on one of these cores now. One of the big cores, the Dark Mago or the Slark.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They will reveal themselves there. So Saberlight, definitely aware.
Shopify, they've got to find this Oracle.
It's causing problems.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2. Roll 4, Beastcoast.
Middle tower has fallen.
They ended up buying their own gem on Dark Mago. I believe they lost the gem earlier. Shopify was able to get it back, and now Mago, he needs a gem to protect himself from the instant goes. Mikey looking for an angle.
Oh, Crit's in!
They found the Oracle.
Mago, he's going to be able to trap fly here in the arena. We'll see Arteezy come in with the BKB to look towards Dark Mago, but the Death Shroud is down, so Arteezy has to back away, can't continue to go in on towards the Mars. He'll turn towards Sacred. If the Spike Carapace control to stun up Schofield, they've deleted the 2 supports here, Shopify.
Beastcoast has to run. Mikey, this time he finds him. He gets the jump and instantly kills that Oracle, and Sacred, he will at least get away. This time Mikey finally gets him. No Stinger on the board. Beastcoast, they just have to settle for a trade on the 5. Roche, let's see how long it's going to be. This will be the big one. Ooh, another way to sneak now too. Saberlight, he was debating what he wanted to go for this game. He had Ags queued, then he went back to maybe go for BKB. He actually has full Ags. So now they have 3 different ways to kind of surround and look for that Oracle in particular on the side of Shopify.
K1. They're going to find him here. They've got enough stun control. No, not anywhere near enough. He's still able to get the Shadow Dance off, and the backup comes in
They're
from
on Arteezy.
Beastcoast. They turn towards Arteezy. Gets caught by the spear, clipped to the 1 solo tree there. Refresher and another spear to continue to keep him locked down.
No buyback.
Dark Mago will secure the kill here onto Arteezy, and now with the second arena, they catch Crit. Crit also taken out of the fight and out of the game. Neither heroes with buyback.
And how long on Roche? It's not a fast spawn. Unfortunate for Beastcoast. Fortunate for Shopify if they're able to get away here. Saberlight, can he sneak away?
I mean, still definitely potential to get damage done here. Over a minute with no morphing in the game.
And look at the stacks. He has quite a bit of them. They can probably threaten high ground here.
I think they'll want to. They'll want to try and force out the buyback, and sooner than later, they're going to realize this buyback's not coming out. He doesn't have the money.
I mean, Shopify, they went for the gank themselves to go for this, and they actually get Arteezy killed because everybody from Beastcoast was there to react. Great play from Mago. Doesn't care, just uses the refresher for the double spear. Rax is going down. Saberlight's getting his own push going.
Top barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Okay, one will definitely want to stick around to get at least this 1 set. And they're almost certainly going to know now there's no buyback here on this Morphling.
Saberlight's getting a range Rax. They have to pop their own glyph.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Big hit from Beastcoast. They got to check that Roche. 28 seconds. This will be that big decider. K1, he'll have buyback is the scary thing. So even if he does get brought down in the next fight somehow, he will just come back. So they're going to have the numbers, the big numbers at least, the important one. Can Shopify sneak it? It's going to be spawning it 5 seconds.
That's going to be difficult.
They kill it really fast, though. So Beastcoast, they have to run right over there if it gets scouted from the side of Shopify. K1.
He's just not scared at all.
He's pushing the
He
limits.
knows even if they catch him with the stuns they have to offer, unlikely they'll kill him, they get through that sort of 3k HP quick enough.
And look at Mago now has a full Hex. So much control for Arteezy.
Yeah.
But the Roche, they're going to start it. And as you said, it dies really, really fast.
Okay. Is it going to be quick enough, though? Because Beastcoast...
It's going to be close. They'll get it in time.
Got it. I mean, the question now is if Beastcoast want to fight. Arteezy's he's going to wave form in. He wave forms straight into them. They blow him up immediately. That's the Aegis gone straight away. The arena's down. Crit taken out. See K1 back up to the high ground. See if Shopify really want to continue to chase Arteezy's wave forming in aggressively. Mikey will get the knockback with the flame break onto Stinger. Stinger able to protect himself. Silence from K1 thrown down onto Mikey. The kisses are coming out as well. Shopify Rebellion, they'll try and back off Stabilize. Puts a stop to the ultimate there. Drops it down onto the Snapfire. Sacred saved by the false promise. Stinger able to come in clutch. Sacred is up on the high ground. Gets the scatter blast. He's able to blink away as well. Sacred will be able to continue to walk this one off. See if they can finish off like K1. He's on top of the squishies. Goes for the Undying. Fly to fall.
Mago committed his gold. He has no buyback. K1. Can he get away? The bounce back.
Good angle with the flame break. The pounces should be enough to keep him safe. He's back over to the safety of the base, and Stinger, he'll get out of there.
I think Stinger again gets a false promise on the lasso, and I think it was an Ag's lasso as well too. He instantly gets the stop. Shopify.
Dire's courier has
They will also get the gem there. Mago, 60 seconds.
All right, now it's Shopify's turn to see what they can do whilst there's one of the big cores without buyback out of the game for a minute.
Man, we've been blessed. Yesterday we got the crazy game from Beastcoast. We're having another one of these where it's tough to see really who's going to end up winning.
Yeah,
right now,
it's anyone's game.
Shopify probably has a bit of a window here, of course, because they do get that big kill there.
Sure.
And they will now be able to farm Arteezy. He has buyback. And Mikey Mikey's 26 now also and has Refresher. So this Batrider can just solo kill people. Solo kill 2 heroes, in fact. So execution for Beastcoast feels like it has to be a little bit better than Shopify at this point to try to take the win.
No, this slug's just such a huge problem. K1 now completed Abyssal Blade.
He has no buyback.
Oh. How much more gold does he need, actually?
1,600.
1,600, all right, so a fair bit of a window. Okay, well, we'll have to be a little careful.
Shopify. I mean, I feel like Mikey's going to do some big lifting in this next fight. Refresher, the double lasso from the Aghanims. It'll be harder for Stinger to prepare himself.
Okay, one's just going to get the Refresher next to himself. It's going to take a bit of time, and indeed will almost certainly hold on to the buyback goal first. Lincoln's now done on Arteezy, so some extra form of protection, especially against the likes of the Bloodthorn, the Abyssal Blade that the Slark's going to be trying to throw in his direction.
And the Hex, in particular, from Mago, right? So, starting to get more layers to protect Arteezy. And, I mean, honestly, Trickster Cloak, too. It's pretty huge. Any type of little miss rates. Sure, there's a Bloodthorn, but yeah, you have to be able to get it off onto him. Beastcoast, how are the buybacks looking again? Dark Mago, 400, Slark, 300. He'll have it. Arteezy, he's 900 away, though. Let's see who gets the jump.
Outside the base, Shopify. Maybe looking for a jump.
He's got A on disc. But Mikey,
They're going to try for it. Proc the Eon disc at least with that.
That is the final proc of the Eon disc, so it's going to be about a 3-minute cooldown from now on. And they were quick. They were very decisive with how they did that. Just an instant back away. And they're hunting. Dark Mago. Be a bit careful. DD spawns top. Arteezy, he wants it.
Beastcoast is heading out the base themselves as well. Stabilize got his Hex complete. CK1 is going to go in onto the Vistage. He's in as well with the Abyssal Blade. Darkmonger jumps forward with the BKB. Artesian Crit, they go straight towards Stinger. Stinger's able to head away. The Eon Disc protecting him for now. Crit, focused by
Mikey.
K1. They've lost both supports. And inside the arena, Darkmonger's in trouble. Mikey gets the lasso, but the false promise is there. He's going to give Darkmonger the chance to live and the chance to live. Another arena, another spear onto Artesi. Artesi is trapped. He's hexed up as well. Has he got enough HP to live? He has. He's able to survive. Waveforms out of the combo. He'll get out of this, and now turning with the illusions towards Sacred. Sacred is getting chased out by the birds and by the illusions here of Artesi. Sacred, he'll fall.
Holy crap, that was close. Arteezy almost gets brought down. He's able to sneak away, turns into the Slark and pounces out. He was completely out of mana.
I mean, yeah, Stinger again with these saves, bailing out Darkmonger in those last moments, allowing him to get that arena and spear off. That was the one reason why they got that close to being maybe able to kill Arteezy again. Some incredible saves here from the Oracle.
I mean, Stinger is honestly playing so damn well versus so many heroes that get on top of him. Like, they both jumped him.
Yeah.
They both jumped him instantly, and he still somehow gets the
I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how this Oracle's getting to have the impact that he is. It is pretty insane here from Stinger.
The crit on Arteezy literally got right on top of him, and somehow he ends up surviving. They don't have a way to dispel these Aeon Discs.
No, Aeon Disc into the Glimmer, he resets, and he's still able to get back in and come in clutch to at least give Beastcoast a continued chance in those fights.
They have a lot of ways to bail each other out too, right? We've been seeing K1, Hector, he's been doing a great job with his depth shrouds throughout this game to protect Darkmago also.
Yep.
Still has to be careful though, Hector. Constantly getting hunted here. Arteezy's on high ground.
So if they can find him.
Are scanning.
TPing over. K1, he'll jump away.
And knows not to mess around. I mean, Stinger does have false promise back up.
Mikey's got him.
There's the last one of the two of them. And they blow up Stinger immediately. The arena gets dropped down. Arteezy puts the BKB. Snowball from Schofield over towards Saberlight. But now Schofield's got to retreat. Saberlight turns with a Hex onto Schofield. Follow jump forward from Crit with the stun. They take out the two supports.
Oh, those are huge kills.
Sacred will buy back. Same to be said for one of the supports. At least Stinger back in the game. Schofield, he'll wait his out.
Mikey able to find the ideal target this time. No Aeon Disc available. Still on cooldown from the last fight.
They're getting a decent bit of a lead now, Shopify Rebellion, with these last few fights that they've come out on top of. 12k advantage.
Yeah, now buyback's being down. Just look at Stinger's positioning. He's terrified to walk forward. It's all the way near his base.
Yeah, and with this Butterfly and Arteezy, it's going to be very difficult for them to kill him. We saw last time, even with the amount of lockdown that they were able to successfully connect onto the Morphling, they still couldn't quite get the damage in to kill him. Now that Butterfly's there with this evasion, unless K1's able to find some sort of opening to get that Bloodthorn debuff on him successfully, this Morphling won't die.
No, it's very difficult. And they have these double force staffs to constantly try to bail Arteezy out as Hickard. Be careful. Has the Aeon Disc up available.
I'll see how well Beastcoast can pull together a high ground defense.
Mago has hit level 25, I believe, just after that last fight, or just before it. So he does have more HP regen to keep them alive. Courier's still dead for the Slark. I mean, he's gone all in, Owen. K1.
Ooh, he's buying up on the refresher. All right, so indeed very far away from any sort of buyback.
He consumes the Aghanims as well, too, just to have that slot.
Okay, I mean,
he is pretty much 6-slotted besides the Moon Shard.
If he gets to press his spells, it's, you know, how many sort of seconds of Shadow Dancing and Depth Shroud? It's a lot, right?
It is a lot. It's what, like...
It's like, what, 3, 5, 8, but at least 17 seconds.
Plus the BKB, they get fly.
And he's in. They'll get fly. Darkmonger's able to drop the arena down onto Saberlight, Crit, and Arteezy. He'll put the BKB. He'll try and turn and help out, but Saberlight gets taken down. K1 jumps in onto Arteezy. Starts to build the stacks up, but the waveforms there from Arteezy down to low ground. The Hex will catch Artor. K1 jumps
He's in trouble.
Looking for Sacred, but the lasso's there from Mikey. He'll try and hold back to this Slark, but Slark is still just full HP. They can't kill K1. As the full team of Beastcoast chase Arteezy down. He's into the invis. Jump forward. The Lincolns buying him some safety. They've got a further detection here. Sacred lays down a sentry ward. Arteezy turns into the Mars, tries to push them back with the spear, but K1 is in on top of him. Arteezy, he's going to get taken down.
He has no buyback. He's 400 short.
Time to push here for Beastcoast. They've got the full squad alive.
Oh my
Shopify
God.
Rebellion, 3 heroes dead. A massive window. K1 as well. You've got a decent amount of stacks from that fight. What's he sitting on at the moment? 34 temporary, 23 permanent. It's time to run it down mid.
Roche is back up in 20 seconds, though. They're going to scout it. But K1, he feels safe to just go on his own toward the mid lane.
I mean, what are these two heroes going to do? Bat Rider and Undying. K1 is not scared at all of these.
Oh, and these Aeon Discs are doing absolute God's work for Beastcoast. They just keep surviving. The jump comes out, but they live, and the supports on the side of Shopify, they don't have that. They don't have Aeon Discs. They just die on the initiation. Stinger.
Tower gone.
Over and over go. Getting these saves.
Still 50 seconds, no Arteezy.
They can perhaps get Megas.
See how much they want to push it. They might back up to go for Roche instead.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
I mean, it's Beastcoast, though. They're just jumping.
He's in. But the lasso's there. Darmago will get dragged up into the fountain. BKB will last long enough for him to at least walk out of it. Stinger's in with a false promise.
And the depth shroud to cover.
The false promise Death Shroud combo is going to allow Darmago to just TP out underneath the noses of the entire team, pretty much, of Shopify Rebellion. He's out. Stinger and K1 with the save.
Saberlight a little slow. He didn't get the drop stun. Perhaps could have actually canceled that TP out. Didn't expect it, though. How does this Oracle keep doing this?
I mean, yeah. There's many reasons why a lot of teams don't like to run the Oracle, and they couldn't even dream of being able to do what Stinger's doing here, but Stinger's able to do it somehow.
Arteezy's back alive, and this Roche does not die fast from the side of Beastcoast.
Yeah, they can't commit for this. They've got to look for kills first, Beastcoast, and they're happy to do so. K1 is just going to jump straight in. Abyssal Blade locked down on a fly. Snowball across as well, fly. He'll force Staff away, but K1, Sacred, and Scuffle will continue to chase, take down the Undying. Darmago is been caught by the Hex. Mikey's got the follow-up lasso. Darmago goes down. Same to be said for Schofield. Darmago buys back immediately, but Schofield, he's now out for 90, no buyback on him.
He went too aggressive. He got hexed. This time Stinger was not able to get that save there. Roche. It's at the ready. These two supports, the fives, well, kind of the fives are both dead. K1 almost has refresher. He's going to start it, but it's scouted.
A little slow. It's not a quick Roche. Shopify Rebellion, they're absolutely going to be ready to mess with this. It's just, yeah, it's a bit tricky for Beastcoast to take it 4 versus 4.
Aeon Disc now finished on one of the supports on Shopify, but Stinger, they have to solve the problem of this Aeon Disc Oracle.
Oh, look at him hiding in the trees, ready to save whoever needs saving.
Stun. Depth Shroud.
Arteezy's going to go in. He's going to commit in. The Aeon Disc protects Sacred for now. Roshan falls. Arteezy's able to pick the Aegis up. As Arteezy turns over towards Stinger, trying to push back this Oracle. The Aeon Disc buys time for Stinger to survive. Darmago during his BKB did not do enough damage to finish off Mikey. Mikey's able to walk away. Crit turns with the stun on the two of them. False promise. Throwing down onto Darmago. The Purifying Flames as well. Stinger healing Darmago up. Arteezy's caught by the pounce of K1. K1 commits with the BKB. The lasso's there from Mikey, dragging Darmago up to the high ground. He's still able to blink away though through the remainder of the false promise. Doesn't matter. Still dies. Arteezy's in on top of Stinger. They've taken out the two of them, and neither of them have buyback available. Darmago and Stinger are out for good.
They finally solved the Oracle problem. They popped that Aeon and zone him out. Arteezy, he also just gets the Aegis. I have no idea who got what else.
Okay, K1. See what his plan's going to be. If he can do anything sneaky.
Mago's dead 100.
Yeah, they don't have buyback. Still on cooldown for the two of them.
I mean, K1, he's got his work cut out for him now.
I mean, if he can find a pick-off. Arteezy's picked up a rapier. Okay. He knows that they haven't got the buyback available because it's still down to the timing. And he's just looking to close the game out in this window.
K1.
They're going to find him with a break hit. He's got his BKB back up, and he's going to put the Shadow Dance. He's going to turn towards Crit. Crit's going to force to the side. He's trying to get away, but they won't. Crit will go down. With the cookie and the pounces, K1 will be able to get back safely. Hex and Saberlight, though, catches onto Sacred. Flame Break holds him outside of the base. The Linkers will be popped. Another Flame Break knocks him down to the low ground. They'll take Sacred out. A third hero down on Beastcoast without buyback.
And Arteezy, look at his damage.
Rapier on the Morph. AC on the Visage. Shopify Rebellion, they are ready to push hard.
And it's only 2 heroes. How do they hold versus this? They might just be able to commit tier 4s. K1, he has like nothing available.
What can K1 and Schofield do? He's going to try and get in, but oh my goodness, that damage. 3 hits and he nearly dies. He's able to get the Death Shroud down in time. Turns with the Abyssal Blade onto Saberlight. But the Familiar Birth, they're controlling him with the stuns. He'll jump forward again, but with the Gravekeeper's close, Saberlight's perfectly fine. In the last few seconds, really, of the Shadow Dance, K1 tries to go for Mikey, but he cannot do it. The Ancient's exposed, and Arteezy's able to close it up. The game is over. Shopify Rebellion, they'll shut down the win here in this game 1.
It wasn't easy, though, by any means. Beastcoast, they really challenged them here. Some incredible plays from the Oracle. Hector, I mean, what did he end up as? 12-2 as the Slark. They're doing a great job, but Arteezy, he definitely had that bigger impact. 22-3. I mean, I can't believe he only died 3 times. It did look like he was going to die a couple more, but they end up getting the big fight around the Roche. They get this Oracle, even though he's been getting the saves. He actually got the save off and then died anyway, but yeah. Shopify. That was crazy.
Yeah. What a way to start the series. I mean, as you said, Beastcoast giving it their all and got very close to being able to deal with them. But yeah, Shopify Rebellion, excellent just sort of identification those last few moments just to pick up that rapier. Arteezy, he knew that the buybacks weren't going to be back online, going to be back available for Beastcoast, and they would have that chance to just go for the quick finish, and they absolutely do there with the speed that they take down the barracks and the Ancient.
So many clutch plays coming in. Honestly, like Saberlight's hacks making a difference multiple times to get the catch on Mago. Mikey also with double lassos, but you still have to give a lot of credit to Stinger getting these type of saves versus all these invisible flanks that are coming in. What a game.
Yeah, top players all round here for pretty much all 10 players in the lobby here. Fantastic stuff to start the series.